a rondo is an activation exercise. You want to know how much time it takes in our training session? 12 minutes. We do 4 minutes of rondo, 4 minutes of mobility, 4 minutes of rondo, 4 minutes of stability, 4 minutes of rondo, 4 minutes of dual force. We're ready to go. We do it because at the older ages, you need to activate the body, you activate the mind, and you activate your technical actions. And so it's cognitive activation, it's character activation, and it's competence activation. It's 24 minutes, and we're ready to go into a greater cognitive load, greater physical load. And with younger children, we not do a rondo. The bulk of our training is training games. So we reverse engineer. What are we going to do with our training games today? From that, what are we going to do with our position play exercise? And then let's go ahead and activate them through the rondo. It's just when I hear people, try to make a rondo more than it is, it's frustrating. Or I hear a federation dismiss it because it's not directional. It's ludicrous to think that it's not directional. It's multi-directional, which is what the game is. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's a little absurd to think that I've got to line them up and go laps for 20 minutes and a lecture for 20 minutes and technical skills in lines for 20 minutes. You put a coach through their own traditional training, and most of them will quit after 15 minutes. They don't even put up with their own BS. So it's frustrating because that's not the way children learn. If we want to maximize learning, we have to maximize their intelligence, their competence, and their character. And whenever we're not doing that, we are not maximizing their potential. It's not about the best. It's about better than the alternative. It's a triage. If I do not activate the intelligence of a player, how do I expect them to master intelligence? How do I expect them to find space if I've lined them up and told them to do a circuit drill? It's just not pedagogically sound. And it's not even sound with the visions of the greatest coaches like a Johan Cruyff, who intuitively knew this, right? Ask them. He said, I want to see my players laughing, even to the physio, at the highest level. Right. And then you see the beautiful football that he played and winning football, quality and results. Is it a romantic vision? Yes. But what other vision is there in sport if it's not romantic? What do I want to tell my kids? Well, let's not go for, let's just kind of tamper down a little bit. Let's lower expectations so then we can meet them. Let's not have you think today because I don't think you can think. How far down will we dummy our expectations for children through mindless drills and then expect them to miraculously perform for us in this transactional relationship on a weekend and then criticize them when they don't play intelligently? The only way that you play intelligently is when you train intelligently. And we as coaches determine that because the last time I checked, the players don't make the training session. So if we do not train intelligently, we cannot expect intelligent players to emerge. You nurture what you train. Any rationalization that divorces perception and action is a rationalization that prejudices your child to be able to perceive and act under pressure, in context, in a uniform on the weekend. Why would you do it? Well, the beautiful news is you don't. I don't care what your federation says, Scottish, Croatian, English, you don't. Those people aren't necessarily educators. Look at the etymology of a federation. How many of them know as much about teaching as someone like Doug Lemov? Would I rather learn how to maximize the potential from a master teacher or somebody that played the game at the highest level? I want knowledge and the know-how to teach. And when you bring those two things together, when you bring those two elements together, then you are really working toward mastery as a coach. And anytime you think, well, because I'm good at X's and O's, it doesn't really matter if I'm if I'm good with my players, if I maximize their potential because I can go to a conference and show you how to do a low block, it's BS. We're only good coaches if learning has been nurtured. That's our metric. We're only inspiring coaches if joy has been part of this process. Learning and joy. Because we're in sport.